Yeah, I just went to my local insurance agent to pay my monthly car insurance. I pay by the month. And I went in there with a check, personal check, and I pay that way. See, folks, the thing about paying my car insurance every month is that what I usually do is I send a check through the mail. And I made some videos on this ranting in the past of how things have changed. A lot of times they would send the statement to my house late. You know, it's supposed to arrive at the 7th of the month, and my insurance is due on the 21st, you see. So the statement used to arrive on the on the 7th of the month, and it was due on the 21st. That was enough time to mail it and all. And then I used to notice after a while, they were starting to delay the time they sent you the statement. Instead of getting it on the 7th, you get it like on the 15th or something. So you didn't have enough time really to mail it, because it might not get there in time. So instead, you'd have to go down to the office and personally pay that way, or pay on the phone or by online or something like that. Well, I don't like paying by the phone. I don't like paying online. That's my thing. You know, and a lot of people don't care. Most of you listening to this probably say, hey, this is the 21st century. Don't remind me. You know, and, get used to today, you know. Well, that's not me. I don't need more information floating around there. I don't need to call up and put my information out there that way and have people getting my phone number and information more of a chance of being compromised or, fraud and all. I've had all kinds of problems lately with mailing in my check. And I knew that the reason they were doing this, things like delaying your statement, making you get the statement later and all that, is probably because what they were doing is they're trying to discourage you. They want you to go paperless. You know, it always says on the thing, save a stamp. Do it online, save a stamp. Go paperless. Go paperless. Look, I'm a retired mailman. When I was working at the post office, we depend on that mail for our livelihood. Now, granted, of course, I know email has put a kibosh on that for a long time. I get that. And of course, even when I was working, I've been retired a year now, but even when I was working at the post office, I could tell that the paper mail was shrinking. It was shrinking. You know, it's a thing of the past. I'm not a total dinosaur, folks, although I'm damn happy to be one. Let me tell you that. No shame. But some things I'm modern about. Here I am with an iPhone, for example, right, making this video. But when it comes to my insurance, I want to pay by mail. So today I went down to pay my insurance in person, which I've been doing the last few times, because I noticed this was the first month that I didn't get a statement. I didn't get a statement. No. In fact, this time what I got was a general letter that it didn't come out and blatantly say, notice, we are doing away with paper mail. No more mail-in payments. It did not say that. It just said, here is your schedule of payment for the rest of the year. It said, March, X amount of money, April, X amount of payment, May, June, it just had every month. And it just told you what's due and when. It didn't tell you that we're totally doing away with mail payments. So when I went to my agent today, the woman there, I asked her, I said, I guess, is there something going on here? They're not accepting payments by mail anymore? She said, yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, we're not. And I made my usual, I was nice, but with a zinger. I said, well, the world's over today. Why not? This is just one more thing, right? Right, she says, yeah, well, what are you going to do? And I said, there are a lot of people that are not going to like this. A lot of people, especially older people, there are older people that, some of them don't even have computers, believe it or not, some older people. Some people don't do it by phone or internet or whatever, So she takes my check. I gave her a check, and she says, she puts the information in as a payment. Then she says, this will be done as an e-check, you realize. She says, this is an e-check. And I said, okay, well, that's fine. Well, what do you mean? And she explained to me, we actually hold on to your check. We put it on as an e-check and we hold on to your paper check. I said, well, wait a minute. Why are you holding on to my paper check? And she said, well, we hold on to the paper check just to have a record in case there's any dispute that whether you paid or not, we know you paid. I said, yeah, but Is somebody else going to get a hold of that check? I mean, what if somebody else at the insurance company sees that check and puts it through a second time and charges me twice? She says, oh, no, it's okay. It's dated. The date's on it, so that's fine. Whatever. So I was a little annoyed, and I just, what was I going to do, So I've been thinking sometime in the summer possibly of going to another insurance. I think it's called Hartford. It's either Guardian or Hartford, one of the two, that I could pay much less insurance than my age group for it, number one. And they probably, maybe they'll accept paper payments, I don't know. But either way, I could save a lot of money. So as I was leaving the place, here's the catcher of it, the clincher. As I'm leaving the place, I just said to her, I said, I guess I'll just come in to pay my bills this way until I wind up probably going with Hartford or one of those. And she said, sounds good. Have a nice day. You believe that? In other words, it was her way of saying, adios. Don't let the door hit you on the butt on the way out. Customer service also down the drain. Look, I wasn't nasty about it. I had an edge to it, but I was being polite and nice. And I did say to her, by the way, miss, I realize this is not your fault. This is not your decision. I don't want to shoot the messenger, as they say, but I just want to air my disappointment here, And she was pretty much like, when I said I would go to another, which I know from a friend of mine who's around my age group, says, what are you doing that for? You could pay she's paying less than half of what I'm paying now. Her thing for 2 cars, She has 2 cars. I only have one. And for 2 cars, she's paying way less than I am for 1 car. So she said, try this out, And I thought I'll do that around the spring or summer. But I have a reason for my waiting. And I just mentioned, okay, I guess I'll do this until I switch to the other place. And she goes, sounds good. But but believe me, if you were there, you would know. She meant sounds good, as if to say, I don't give a rat's ass what the hell you do. Adios. Get out of my face already. It's the end of the world as we know it, folks. Try to have a pleasant day.